Hello and welcome to a special edition of the State of the Remarketing Industry video series, which puts a spotlight on key leaders in today's remarketing industry. And today I have the real honor to talk with two leaders in the remarketing industry. The first is Laura Taylor, who's the president of the National Auto Auction Association, and who is also the general manager of the Charleston Auto Auction. And my other guest is Paul Seger, who's the president of the International Automotive Remarketers Alliance, IARA, and who is also vice president of asset remarketing for Element Fleet Management. And our three organizations together, we've partnered for a number of years now to produce the annual Conference of Automotive Remarketing, and this year we'll be doing our first ever virtual conference. So with that, I'd like to welcome you, Laura, and welcome you, Paul, to joining me in this discussion.
Thanks, Mike.
Good to be here.
So in this era of really limited travel, it really impacts communication, the sharing of information, and I'd like to start our discussion on this very topic. And conferences have an opportunity to help disseminate this. So with this era of limited travel, why do you feel it's important for remarketers and consigners to attend virtual conferences such as the CAR Experience, which will be held October 12th through 16th, 2020. And to start that discussion, let's turn it over to you, Laura. What are your thoughts on this?
Thanks, Mike. Yes, so with the challenges that the industry faces today, it's probably more critical than ever that we have communication. Our educational level is a lot higher than we've had before. And, you know, I think it's going to bring a different element into it now, where before I couldn't bring my whole staff or my, managers that I have, and now I'll be able to share this with them so they can get the valuable information instead of getting it secondhand, when we come back. So I think it's very critical that we continue with this, and it'll help you be more focused if you're in your office or in your home and you're actually watching the educational part of it, and not to mention the fact we're all just really looking forward to hearing from other people in the industry and seeing faces and seeing smiles and hear what's, going on right now.
You bring up a great point, Laura. When we're doing these in-person meetings, you have to factor in airfare, hotel expenses, taxis, meals, and so on. This is a really inexpensive and cost-effective opportunity for companies to expand this educational reach and sharing of knowledge within their companies. So, yeah, that's a great point that you bring up. Paul, what are your thoughts? How would you add to this?
Completely agree. Our world, our industry has been completely turned upside down since March. And the way we source information, get insights as far as what's going on in our industry and our space is so different now. We can't get it. So this is an excellent opportunity for folks to hear from our supplier partners and our peers in the industry of what the state of the market is and what is new and what's happening in our space. And Mike, as the IARA held a virtual conference back a few weeks ago, not knowing really how well it was going to be received or what the overall result was going to be. And again, I'm confident that this event's going to be as good as the one in August. It was so well attended, it was so well received, and the feedback from the surveys was extremely positive. So it is a great way to get information during our times now.
And I totally second that. Congratulations on doing a terrific conference. And I think what makes good conferences are great speakers. And I encourage everyone to take a look at the agenda and see who's speaking there. You have a lot of the who's who, the real subject matter experts in our industry that's going to be sharing knowledge, which is kind of hard to come by nowadays in this pandemic environment. So when we're talking about education, I want to thank the two of your organizations for joining with us and putting together a terrific agenda. And Laura, I know NAAA is going to be presenting two sessions at the conference. And I was wondering if you might be able to elaborate on those sessions and why you would encourage remarketers and consigners to attend those meetings.
So we had a big plan for CAR in March before COVID hit. During my presidency, of course, safety's been one of the top boxes that we've had. So got together with some great leaders in the industry, and we've put together active threat preparedness. We went a little bit further with it because of COVID and, you know, the different reactions that you're getting from your staff who are stressed out, or, you know, people that are laid off. So I'm really excited. We planned on doing it in person. We've had a webinar made that I moderated with Alicia Miller. She's the head of security at CAR Global. And then Eric Winters, who is the assistant vice president of enterprises at Cox Enterprises for security. So I'm excited about that and able to, since it's coming through webinar, like I said, hopefully most of their managers and their staff can sit in and see some of this information that we're going to give. It's very crucial. Also, Gene Marks, who I know that a lot of you guys have seen, he, you know, writes for the Post, Forbes magazine. He's been on Fox News, CNBC. He is, you know, an economist that gives us a lot of information. He's going to be doing a webinar beyond the pandemic and after the election. So, you know, he's going to be discussing issues, challenges, and strategies to grow your business in the next 2 years. He actually sat on a call with us at NAAA during the pandemic and kept all the leaders up to date on what was going on in the industry. So I'm really excited about those 2 webinars we have.
Yeah, and I'd agree with you. Gene Marks is terrific in his knowledge and his presentation style, and also this information on the preparedness strategies that auctions and companies in general need to have in place. It's a sad commentary on our times, but it's the reality. And to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time ever that anybody's going to be sharing this information, and it could be very valuable. It could save lives, literally. So let me turn it over to you, Paul, because I want to thank IARA likewise. You've done a terrific job in helping to shape this agenda. IARA is the voice of the consignor, and with that, you've developed a session that's going to be dealing with how consignors are driving change and how they're using IARA as a platform to deliver that change. And I'm wondering if you could build upon that and give more detail.
Sure, absolutely, Mike. And what we're trying to do is continue the momentum from the actual virtual roundtable event and some of the webinars that we've held virtually, to where we take a lot of those discussion topic items that we've been talking about and continue that commentary with key consignors who are currently active in the association and then hold committee lead roles. And then also it's for the participants to this event that aren't currently involved with the IARA to hear kind of what are the committees working on, what are some of the things that they've executed on, and some of the things that they're looking to do in the future. Because it's all about the voice of these consignors and what's happening in our industry space currently and where we take it from here. So it's even more important now than I think ever before to be engaged and involved in this association, because our world and our space, as we know, is changing, and it's changing around us. And this is the opportunity for our consignor to voice their opinion, have themselves engaged in what's happening with the industry around us. So we're excited about it. We think it's going to be well received, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah,
sure.
And you bring up a great point there, Paul. And this is also designed to showcase the true value in being a member of NAAA, being a member of IARA. You get an idea on who the other members are, the kind of peer knowledge that's available there, and the benefits that are available through your organizations. And that's a whole nother level of education, industry support that you're providing. So wholeheartedly encourage everyone. In this case here, you don't have to fly to a place, although it'd be kind of nice to go to Las Vegas. But regardless, you take a couple hours out of your day, attend these meetings, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised on the kind of knowledge that's going to be shared. So with that, I'd like to thank you, Laura. Thank you, Paul. It was a terrific conversation. And looking forward to seeing everyone virtually October 12th through 16th. Just a little housekeeping. If you are interested in the CAR conference, you can find it at www.carconference.com/experience. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great day.